So I've gotten a couple emails so far asking exactly what we're going to do on Monday. So I wanted to make sure that everyone felt really comfortable with what is going on, because these skills and the things we're going to be doing, they're not hard. They just like if you watch one of the videos that I made already, it's like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's always going to be new, and it's always going to feel a little bit difficult and strange at first. So I wanted to make this video to make sure and try and relieve as much stress as possible. So one of the questions that I've gotten a couple times now is, do I need 2 peer checkoffs prior to Monday checkoffs? Yes, always, always prior to any checkoff with faculty, you need 2 peer checkoffs. The next question was, do I need to do this at home, or is there a scheduled lab time? Because physical assessment just requires a stethoscope and your pen light, especially for this checkoff. You can do it at home. If you would like to come to the lab, contact your local faculty and see if they have any time on Thursday tomorrow or on Friday to open the lab up for you so you guys can practice in the lab. But that's going to be dependent on your local faculty, and you'll have to contact them. Okay, so come on over to week 1, your modules in this course, and I want you to pay attention to this master skills checklist, okay? This is where you will put your peer checkoffs, where you will sign off your peers, and this is what you need to have with you at all times in the lab, in the skills lab, and at clinical, okay? So go ahead and you'll want to download this, and I put it in a PDF form, so it should print well for you. So if it's starred, just like on the course overview, that's the one that you need with an instructor. So what I tried to do is I tried to go ahead and gray out any that you didn't need with an instructor to help you out there. So your peer initials is all that goes here. You don't need to put your credentials, no student, RN, SRN, or SN for student nurse. You don't need to put that there. Just put your actual, just AC. Like I would put just AC. Now instructors, we're probably going to put our credentials there. But all you need to do is just have a simple, it doesn't need to be dated or anything, but I'm going to know that whether or not you did it prior to checkoff. Obviously, if these are missing, when you come in, you won't be allowed to check off. So you need to get those 2 peer checkoffs prior to coming in. And then your instructor will check you off and date, and then if you need to repeat, we'll put the number of repeats on there. And then in clinical, when you have done this in clinical, and your instructor or preceptor has observed you, they can check you off there, and then if you can perform it independently, they'll check you off that you performed this skill independently without any guidance or observation, if they feel that you're comfortable to go do this on your own. You can expect not to give meds on your own, okay? You will need to be observed while you're giving medications by either your instructor or your preceptor. And remember, you can't perform these skills in clinical until your instructor has checked you off. So this is what you want to download. You want to print this, put your name on it, print it on nice, pretty paper that's nice and thick, because you'll be keeping this with you for this semester and the fall and spring semesters, okay? So, and then once your peer has initialed here, they'll put their matching initials here, they'll sign it and print their name there. Okay, and then us instructors will sign our names, print our names, and initial it for you. And then at the end of the semester, when you've completed everything, we'll go ahead and sign you off that you have all these columns filled out that you need to fill out, okay? But this is really for you to keep track of and to get done and to bring with you to skills lab and to clinical. So always, always have this on you. Okay, so that's what that is. Let's go ahead and go back to the main thing here. So I added that for you. That's the master skills checklist right there. Remember, this is where you can submit your ATI modules once you have those done with a post-test score of 80% or greater. We already went through this one. We already went through the schedule overview. This focused assessment competency, I also put it down here. What this is this goes along with your basic head-to-toe assessment. And when I say assessment of the adult or child, that's meaning you should know these considerations for when you're assessing a geriatric patient, and you should know these considerations when you are assessing a pediatric patient, okay? So that's what this is for. We're not actually going to or if we're, depending on your local instructor, they may ask you to assess a geriatric patient on Monday, they may ask you to assess a pediatric patient, or they may ask you to assess an adult on Monday. So be ready with those considerations. It's not too hard, just practice them. This skill is your newborn skill. This is what you'll use to check off your peers, and it's just a guide. You do not have to fill this out and upload it, but when we expect complete honesty when you are evaluating each other. So this is what you'll use to evaluate your peers on their newborn checklist. Did they do all this stuff? And then when they have finished that, then you can check them off on their master skills checklist under the newborn checklist. Okay, so that's what that's for. This is the same thing. This course syllabus and physical assessment is the PowerPoint, and I made a video of this, but you can also just view the PowerPoint here. Okay, so that's there. And then I've got here, I'll move this preparing for Monday checkoff. I'll move that down there so you can get a hold of it a little bit more. Okay, so if you click on that, it's going to be really helpful. There's a video explaining the physical assessment that has the PowerPoint in it that I just showed you. Here's also a video of your instructors performing the 10-minute head-to-toe. Actually, that's me and here's Jana. And then the video I'm making right now will go right here. Okay, so go ahead and take a look at all those, and hopefully that'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable and prepared for Monday. Now on Monday, what do you need to show up with? You need to show up with your master skills checklist, because you should have 2 peer checkoffs on everything that's under week 2. You should be all checked off on all those assessments. And then you of course need on Monday to be in your scrubs, your clinical attire, and you need to bring this sheet with you. Just basic head to toe one, okay? If you don't know what anything is, let's go through here. So PERLA, this is pupils equal round, reactive to light and accommodation. So look up what that means. That basically means when we shine the light on the patient's eyes, does it go down? Do both of them go down together at the same, or is one sluggish? So if you're not sure what that is, take a look. Find some videos on doing PERLA. I demonstrated this. I demonstrated chatting with my patient, inspecting for JVD. Take a look at what JVD looks like. And some of this stuff is also in your ATI stuff. All of it should be in your ATI. So look at your ATI videos. Gently palpates for abnormalities. Looking in the mouth. Skin trigger. And it says either forearm or sternum. You can do it on the hand, as I demonstrated in my video. That's fine. Take a look at that. PMI. PMI stands for point of maximum impulse. Where do we hear the heart sound, the lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub? Where do we hear that the best? So, and I explain it in the video, and you can also look that up. Auscultates apical pulse. The apical pulse should be listened to for 1 minute. That's what doing an apical pulse, and you should do this on every patient you assess. So not just getting their pulse from the radial, or getting their pulse from just whatever's on your vital sign monitor. You need to listen at the heart for a full minute and get the apical pulse, and you guys should know how to do that from last year. The rhythm, is it regular, going ba-boom, 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 or is it irregular, going ba-boom, boom, 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 all over the place? So listen to that. And then when we talk about S1 and S2, that's that lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub that we want to hear. Any extra sounds, I have some videos explaining that in the physical assessment video. You'll want to listen to your breath sounds. We want everything to sound nice and clear. In and out. And I've got videos on that for you. Now, if you don't know exactly what you're listening to or looking at, that's okay right now. I just want to see you perform these actual actions. That's what we're looking for. You may not know what all of it means. You may not know what all of it indicates right now. That's okay. I need you to be laying hands on your patients and getting used to working in a systematic manner. As we progress through the course, we'll be exploring each one of the systems, and with that, you'll have to know exactly what you're listening to and why you're doing it. But for now, this is what we need you to do. Okay, peripheral pulses, and hopefully you know where to find pulses, at least the left and radial when you did vital signs. And then look and start finding these left and right post-tibials and your dorsalis pedis pulses. And there's plenty of resources out there for you, so you should be able to look that up. And how to assess for edema and compare bilaterally, again, you can look that up. And then noting any bruises or wounds, okay? So it's pretty easy, guys. This is, if you look up physical assessment videos, and I posted some for you, physical assessment can be very, very, very detailed. We're just asking you to start learning how to work in a systematic manner from head to toe, assessing many different systems at once, but starting to gather some assessment data. And this is just the beginning. So don't stress yourself out about it too much. We do understand you're beginners and that you didn't really have any time to practice this in the lab or with anyone, and it's going to be okay. Okay, it's going to be okay. You're going to do good. So start practicing, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Reach out if you have any more questions, okay?